Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's edition of WWE Raw Recap. Raw Recap. Excuse me, drawing a blank there. Yes, back here on location, but I do have sound. My microphone stuff was not working at all last week. Don't know what it was, but luckily I had a spare. Anyway, back on this week. So, unfortunately, yes, I did miss a recap. I did watch last week's Raw. It was, quite honestly, a better Raw than this week. But uh, we did get to see Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman pretty much mark their territory as far as who's the top group on WWE Raw. More on that later. But for now, let's do the usual thing here. You know what I'm going at. If you like it, give me that thumbs up button. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about Raw this week. Or just give me a friendly hello. That's always pleasant. Also, if you're not a subscriber yet, be a champ and click on that subscribe button. Now, with all that out of the way, let's forking go with first segment of the week. It is Seth Rollins. He comes out. I have no idea what he's wearing. Looks like something he would probably wear, or probably something Sami Zayn will wear when he's in doing the Crown Jewel premium live event. But speaking of, Sami Zayn, get to that later. So Rollins, Heyman, and Braun Breaker get to the ring. To a great response, by the way. People are digging it. Um, Even Punk didn't get as much cheers as Roman Reigns did, but when Seth Rollins was naming dropping people, he said the future runs right through him. Of course, this brings out Sami Zayn. He comes out. Sami said, "Hey, I thought you would come out and kind of, you know, congratulate me on my win like you did Jey Uso, because you and Jey Uso are friends. Me and you are friends. What's up?" Seth said, "Hey, the stuff's coming out of your mouth is pretty it's pretty hypocritical, and it is a bunch of crap." Then Seth told Sami Zayn that you're either with us or you're a target. Not against us, you're a target. Seth said Heyman could get him into SmackDown. Uh, Sami says he don't. Seth told Sami he's got the end of the night to decide. And of course, a couple little backstage segments happened during the night too, where Paul Heyman went visited Sami Zayn in the locker room and said, "Hey, not only can I get you on SmackDown, but you can be the number one contender and face whoever wins between Randy Orton and John Cena at Backlash for the undisputed championship." Also, Jey Uso also paid a visit to him and all that, carrying across with his stuff. So, hey, make the right choice, yada yada yada. But more on Jey Uso later as well. All right, so this brings us to the first match of the night: Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez. A pretty good match between the two ladies here. Perez throws Rhea's. Oh, okay. Perez throws Rhea's jacket at her. Then gives her top block, working on Rhea's leg. Rhea would mount a little bit of comeback, throwing her against the barricade. Perez went back to working on Rhea Ripley's leg. Rhea powered back at it, got a razor's edge, assigning Wizard for two. Julia came to the ringside, and she wound up getting involved here. She top blocked Rhea Ripley in the leg, and that ends it for the night. Disqualification win, I assume, for Rhea Ripley. Julia and Roxanne attack Rhea Ripley until Io Sky comes in, makes a save, but the numbers game caught up. Perez and Julia get the better Io until Rhea Ripley came in and took them out with a chair. So Like I said, a pretty good match, I thought, between Roxanne Perez and Rhea Ripley. There's been some rumors about Roxanne Perez and CM Punk, but it's called rumors for a reason, folks. Don't look into it too much. All right, next segment of the night. Logan Paul comes out to the ring. Basically does this bragging stuff that he wants to be the world champion. This brings out Jey Uso. Jey Uso say, "I look worked hard for this and I earned this, and you just can't come in here and say you want something without earning it." Paul says he's going to be the world champion and pretty much be the reason that Jey Uso's world championship reign is shorter than his Intercontinental reign. Jey Uso didn't like it, so he gave him a super kick. Now, I said earlier that there was a segment where Jey Uso came back, talked to Sami Zayn a little bit about a little bit of a dilemma. I thought this worked out great. They talked. Sami went about his business. As Jey Usos wouldn't pay attention, he wound up getting that right hand from Logan Paul, knocking him out. Why was this good? It was good because it did give a reason why Jey Uso didn't help Sami later on. So I'm already spoiling things here, but I apologize, folks. But we'll get right to it. We got the War Raiders against Judgment Day in our next match up here. War Raiders pretty much dominated Finn and McDonough until Ivar went to go for that sitting splash on the outside, but got nothing but the ringside Tron thing, whatever it's called, the little sign there, or the hard, you what do you call that thing? Anyway, who cares? He hit that instead of Judgment Day because they moved out of the way. That's when Judgment Day took over, but the War Raiders wound up regrouping. Carlito did get involved, but that didn't help out too well. As the referee was distracted by Carlito, Penta knocked Madonna off the rope. War Raiders hit their War Machine finisher on Jay McDonough. Winner of the match was the War Raiders, and they kind of had like a little shouting match with the New Day as the New Day was heading back to the back. They joined commentary with Pat McAfee and Michael Cole during this match. Kind of funny stuff here. They did too. All right. Next up, we got Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch comes out. Again, crowd still was cheering for Becky Lynch as she came out. Said, hey, there's no reason to have this murder mystery BS about Bayley, who attacked Bayley, because it was her. Becky Lynch said, hey, don't boo me. I'm not the bad guy. Bayley's been attacking me lots for the last few years. So she says Bayley has forgotten who she is and is complaining about not being a bigger star. She says she proved it to Bayley while Lynch is the bigger star. Then talks about Lyra Valkyrie. Says Valkyrie is friends with Bayley. So she's Lynch's enemy now too, because she did, start teaming up with Bayley. Speaking of the women's Intercontinental Champion, she did come out and say, hey, pretty much says she didn't appreciate being attacked by her hero, somebody she looked up to, as in Becky Lynch, and pretty much challenged her to a match at Backlash. So that's going to happen. It will be Lyra Valkyrie and Becky Lynch at Backlash. They kind of went at it a little bit. Becky wound up going to the back, but as Lyra Valkyrie was posing at the top of the aisle where the entrance is, she was struck in the back by Becky Lynch, being laid out by her. So should be a good match for the Intercontinental or Women's Intercontinental Championship between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyrie. Lyra, she's all right. I mean, she's getting there. Speaking of the ladies, we got a ladies match here. It is Ivy now with Chad Gable versus Stephanie Van Kier. Of course, she is the NXT Women's Champion. Ivy attacked her from the get go, but Van Kier regrouped, came back, looked back and forth. Van Kier went for the Devil's Kiss, but wound up getting uh, Ivy Niles countered that into a submission move. Some more back and forth, but Valkyrie was finally able to get the Devil's Kiss on her. Actually, a couple of times. Uh, Ivy would hit a nasty, nasty looking German suplex on the floor when Stephanie was distracted by Chad Gable. Uh, Basically, this is a good match here as well. Let's see. Oops, sorry. But in the end, Stephanie Vankier would regroup, hit her finishing move, the SVB, for the win. Like I said, a pretty good match here. I don't know why I lost my notes there. Keep doing that. Um, but yeah, before that SVD, that she hit a nasty, nasty looking dragon screw as uh, basically Ivy Nile was spread eagle on the middle rope, kind of like where Goldust used to hit the Shattered Dreams move. Uh, Not the original Shattered Dreams move, but it became the Shattered Dreams move later on. But would take a leg and hit a dragon screw that this set the SVB and gave her the win. All right, next up, we had a recap of what happened last week as Pat McAfee was choked out by Gunther. Pat got on the table and said it seems that a lot of people forgot who he is. He said he forgot who he is since he's been such a successful person on the microphone. He went on to say he's, basically the son of a truck driver living paycheck to paycheck to a guy who got famous, donating money. Says Michael Cole is his boy and wants Gunther suspension lifted so he can fight him. They called this dick him to race. It was uh, kind of subbing for Adam Pearce as the GM of the night. He said he spoke to Adam Pearce, figures what happened. That he's not going to let Gunther suspension until Backlash. That's where Gunther will face Pat McAfee and possibly get a little bit revenge on Gunther. This does bring us to our last segment of the night. Seth wants some answers. Seth said he thought Sammy would congratulate. Oh, again, talking about the congratulate things to him, and he wants Sammy to take him up on his offer, go SmackDown, get a shot at the championship. Sammy said, "No, you're not going to ding on that carrot in front of me. He will not be threatened. It won't go." Here comes a Braun Breaker. And this leads to a match between Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn. Breaker pretty much threw him around, cut off most of all his comebacks. Then Breaker would hit the Super Frankensteiner, which usually sets up the spear. But as he was going for the spear, Sammy countered with a kick to the face and exploder suplex, which is the setup move for the haluva kick. But as Sami Zayn was going for the haluva kick, Braun Breaker hit him with that nasty spear. Then follow that by another spear. Rollins begged Sammy, "Hey, take the deal, take the deal." Of course, Sammy, the hero that he is, told Rollins he can go to hell. And of course, that Seth Rollins wound up telling Braun Breaker, "Hey, here's another spear." So he did. Then hit him with super spear outside the ring. Braun was wanting to go for another one, but the officials came out, covered him, off of the bell. Seth Rollins told Rollins that, hey, he made his bed. Now he should lay in it. Then proceeded to give him the stomp in the back of the head. Uh, like I said, there you are. You got Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman, and basically their muscle, their enforcer, Braun Breaker, marking their territory. They are down to, I guess you guys consider the top group now, and or at least on Monday Night Raw. Maybe they should add another wrestler. Who do y'all think could be added into this group? I've read a few things online. Apparently, you guys like Austin Theory now. Didn't think that would ever happen. I think Austin Theory is a talented guy. He could have used a little bit of a rub, but don't know if it's a little too late right now. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Who do you think could be put in this group? Maybe two people. Maybe Becky Lynch be one of them. She just turned heel. Maybe put another person. Who do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, that does for this week's WWE Raw Recap Show. Appreciate you folks watching. You folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.